Welcome to Bruins Overtime Live, presented by BuyAToyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit BuyAToyota.com with Billy and Razor. I'm Sophia. We are here to break down this 4-3 win over the Florida Panthers in a game that, coming into it, Jim Montgomery said it. We talked about how this is one of the most important stretches of the season just because of what's looming ahead, and that being the postseason and how the Bruins were playing. Did not lead for much of this game at all until the very end there. They pulled out the 4-3 win, guys.
Yeah, a game that we really, quite honestly, haven't seen an awful lot like lately, where usually it's the Bruins having the lead, then giving it up, and the rest is history, so to speak. They showed some fortitude. They showed some gumption, some... You know what?
Second period, they stood
gusto.
up.
Yeah.
Second period, they stood up to those guys.
They did.
Yeah.
It wasn't always pretty.
No.
But it was response.
Yes.
And they haven't always had that. And I'd still like to see some more of it, but it was good.
I'm also happy with the way they fought through it not being pretty. I feel like as the game went on, they started to accept that it was going to be ugly, and they started to accept that they couldn't make plays.
Yeah.
And that, for me, is a real big positive because, again, I felt at times last season and when they get in trouble this season that they try and force plays when a game like tonight. But tonight I felt like this is what it is. Let's just get the puck out.
Right. At times, fair statement, I'll ask it. They wanted it easy almost at times. And tonight was anything but easy.
Exactly.
Right. So hopefully this is a precursor, hopefully, with 9 games remaining, that this is the kind of playoff-style hockey that's going to be more the norm than once in a while.
Yes.
They need, but again,
it's good for the team.
It's great for the team. Yeah. It's great for the camaraderie.
That plane ride, that dressing room's excited and energized because of the way they figured it out today. On the road, all of us against them, the whole thing.
Love it.
Yeah.
Trent Frederic, so we're going to start right here with a power play goal, something that we were discussing needed improvement heading into this one.
Razor, we talked about that they need to be better on the third, if they got a power play in the third period. And quite honestly, they got a bit lucky here.
A lot lucky.
They did, but then the finish was sublime.
Exactly.
So here you go, Brad picks it up. He winds up. He's staying for a long shift at this time.
Sure is.
He loses it right here. Loose to Reinhart gets loose, literally. And you've been talking about you really enjoyed watching Freddie shoot this year.
I have. I think it's improved so much. It looks heavy. It looks faster. It looks harder. And I think that's a great example. He was going low blocker a lot this year. That one, loose to Reinhart. That's still, I get a kick out of it. Somehow he lost his edge there. But that's an absolute rocket. No chance for Bobrovsky. No chance for any goalie in the league. It's right there, sitting on a tee for Freddie, and he hammers it past him.
How about the way you see how aggressive Florida is in all instances? Did you notice there, even though Luosterainen blows an edge, there's 2 other guys right there. They are constantly all over you, whether it's even strength, when it's there on the power play or when they're shorthanded. They flood, they go, whatever, they swarm, whatever term you want to use. They're ultra aggressive. That's why that kind of puck movement makes all the difference in the world. You take advantage of the lucky break, no question about it, but let that be a lesson too, that you cannot wait for them to make contact. If you've waited for them to make contact with you, you're screwed against Florida. They're willing to play in the mud. They are willing to play an absolute wall game.
The lucky break's a great point because we'll see it on the winning goal as well. It's not really a luck. The puck bounces a lot when Florida's around. You have to kind of be in the best spot, and they scored again on the winning goal, similar to Freddie's, is that puck bounces around, they make a good play, and then all of a sudden they have a 2-on-1 at the net.
Right.
Someone's open. But they get it in deep, nice and hard, nice and firm. You get in on the forecheck, and this puck comes back in. It tries to get cleared out, but it gets kept in. And now all of a sudden it's 2-on-1 because you've got everybody going up the ice in red jerseys, and the Bruins are able to capitalize.
They've just Florida right there. That's what they do. A little bit of body, or more than a little, enough, and then zip it to the net. And then, boom, they do that. They take advantage of it. I thought Pastrnak actually was going to load to shoot. He obviously saw Zacha coming in, caroms it perfectly off his skating in, but they absolutely made that happen with good old-fashioned forecheck.
Yeah,
that's all that is right there.
Yeah. And you can say it's the same, like you say it's like, but Florida scores the same way all the time, and they won the playoff. And at the end of the series, like, you can't say that it was lucky because they did it over and over and over again. And that's what the Bruins did there in the third period.
And that will be the challenge if the Bruins end up playing Florida in the playoffs. We don't know yet, but and we were talking off air about that, whomever they're going to play. But if they play a team like Florida, can they sustain that over a 7-game series? Florida seems to be, we know, built for it, right?
Yeah.
We saw it last year. Question is, would the Bruins be able to?
Well, Pavel Zacha, as you guys just showed, got the game winner. He also scored his first goal since March 9th, and he was the guest with Adam.
Pavel, congratulations on the win. Physical game out there, really felt like playoff hockey watching it. How did it feel out on the ice?
Yeah, I think, it was a playoff-like game, and I think, both teams, know that, that's an important part of the season, winning these games and getting ready for the playoffs. So I think that was, in our head, and, we just kept working hard and winning battles.
Take us through the game winner.
Yeah, no, I saw that Pasta was looking for me there before he got the puck, so I was just trying to go back post, and he hit me in a skate, so that was a good play. I saw he saw me, and I was just trying to get kind of open or in the puck lane there so he can hit me.
There's a lot of talk about Monday's practice. Coach Montgomery not happy. How do you feel about this team's response after the practice, after sort of adversity?
Yeah, I think it was good. I think the practice wasn't good enough, and I think we learned from it, and knowing we have a lot of tough teams to play against the last couple of games, and I think just being ready for the game from the beginning. I think we're ready and just keep getting better with the game and won tonight.
Thanks. Go celebrate.
Thank you.
I'm going to ride out this Celine Dion being at the Bruins game for a really long time. She has that All By Myself song. David Pastrnak was all by himself in the front of the net. I'm not going to sing it.
Why not?
It hurt
I don't
me.
know
If you're going to go there, you got to
Come
sing
on.
really.
Oh.
You're going to
Okay,
go.
I'm not going to do it. Anyway, he was all by himself in front of the net and ended up scoring his 45th.
Good forecheck, not once but twice by March, and this was an awesome shift by the captain. Here comes Pastrnak to help out again. They go the old-fashioned way. Forecheck, change the point of attack, and next thing you know, Pastrnak goes stealth. He goes stealth because he comes back up the weak side. He's going to end up being in front of the net. McAvoy sees him, and again, Pastrnak just sitting there saying, find me, see me, please see me. Because when he sees him right there with all 5 guys flushed right over there looking along the wall, he's literally by himself right now.
He's perfect to be able to go and rotate on his forehand, which makes it even easier for him to go up and over the pad of Bobrovsky. Very similar to the game-winning goal where there's guys all alone out in front, and David Pastrnak gets his 100th point of the National Hockey League season. Pretty cool accomplishment.
Absolutely. He is, for that reason, our Subaru star of the game. Not the first, but just the 5th player to have consecutive, look at this, 100-point seasons all time. Our very own Barry Peterson on there with 2. Is Barry still texting you? Is he awake?
You know what? Let's check something real quick.
Oh,
the
you're
most
checking
impressive thing about tonight's game is that Barry Peterson made it through the 3rd period. He said goodnight at 9:41.
Oh, he did.
Way to
Okay.
go. He's probably snoring by now, but he made it that far. I am proud of him.
Well, we are proud of him for being on that list, but obviously David Pastrnak there as well. Consecutive 100-point seasons. All right, guys, something we highlighted earlier in this one, and it continued even after the whistle, after the game was over. Physical play, scrums, stuff in front of the net, these guys getting at each other.
That's what Florida does. You can watch them all 82 games, and 81 of them you're going to see a lot of this. And of course, it's a little heightened with the Bruins in town and the rivalry that's kind of created between these two teams. But the Bennetts, the Tkachuks of the world, this is their game. This is part of their game. They like to get involved. They're very good at it as well. They're very good at not taking penalties in these scrums, just going far enough, but not crossing that line or not getting caught by the referees. And this is where I think the Bruins did a great job in the second period standing up. Lindholm doesn't back down from it, throws that extra little jab and gets Bennett to fight. Marchand down at the other end. So I appreciate the Bruins standing up for themselves in this and not getting sucked in and taking extra penalties in it.
Yeah, and, I think we all were curious how the Bruins would handle this. I think they did well. I'm with you. By the way, 19 Red was involved in all of it.
Always. He's always going to be.
He's always there. He's never his fault. He's always involved. He's always looking for the ref after he
His
does something.
sticks up.
Always.
He's looking to go backwards. He
Always.
slashes while he turns. It's an art.
Well, great hit by
Here it is
McAvoy we saw
backwards
there. Yeah, I thought Carlo right here really involved physically, which was important, is important to see. I'm curious to see if there's any kind of a residual meetup with Bennett, perhaps from somebody else in the next game when they meet each other in about a week or so. Marchand, Again, I thought he was fantastic in the second period, Razor.
Yeah, he was.
The way that he just said, I'm going to do whatever it takes to lead this team into an area of, so to speak, like respect. Like they know that we're here handling them.
Well, we saw him on the forecheck on the second goal, bouncing off a few players in there. You see him dropping in front because he's in battling. This all starts because of the battle that was ensuing the entire shift out in front with Mikolosa. He was all over the ice and certainly engaged and invested in this one as the captain. And then at the end of the game, there's no question that Tkachuk is going to go in there and stir things up for one last time as the game ends, because now he can take that extra liberty. And again,
but there's Carlo again. Good
everyone's
for him.
right there. Everyone is right there. The linesmen get in before it gets out of control, and the Bruins win the game and most of the battles.
And they see each other again April 6th. So far, the Bruins lead the season series 3-0, 3 out of 4. You guys have lots to talk about on your very next morning brew, which you're doing tonight.
A couple of minutes from now.
Or no, a little bit longer than a couple minutes. You wish.
What's
yeah,
that?
About an hour,
Okay,
guys.
9 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Billy and Razor at NESN.com or wherever you get your podcast, presented by Berkshire Bank Home Lending. Coming up, we are going to get Monty's reaction, Jim Montgomery's reaction to this win, and we're going to take a look at some NCAA